Hi, I'm Maurice. First of all, I have a disclaimer here for those who will arguably either not like what I say or will argue. Um, it was always impressed upon me that wise man knows nothing at all. He only knows what he has learned for that moment. So if you have any 2 cents or whatever the case may be, go ahead, fill it in. I may miss something, and I'm alright with that. I also have cerebral palsy, so my voice, though strange, is a part of this disability. And I'm not making the case that, oh, poor me, my disability, so pity me. That's not what I'm asking. I'm just giving you the narrative to why I sound the way that I do. Um, so anyway, my early 20s to my mid 20s started out in anger and kind of disillusioned in some way. Yeah, I was feeling some type of way about a lot of shit. Mm. Until my very good friend, Kathy, gave me a book called The Celestine Prophecy. I ate that book up. I'm not talking about physically eating it, but mentally, in a way, ate it up because it was just that good and it gave me a point of reference to look at. Because none of the other styles of teaching, both religious or academic, um, were working for me. I was in a haze. Anyway, with that being said, it gave me a reference point to why everything was happening the way that it was happening and why I was going through what I was going through. Basically, what it was is I was in a vibrational change. Now, that vibrational change came quick and it came in a hurry and it was not playing with me at all. So I got on the bus. I stayed on the bus. hmm Um, just because I knew it was telling me something that resonated with me on every level. I still to this day think that that book saved my life. Um, Also, it gave me a way to relate to what was going on in the world. The Earth wanted all the evolve, all signs to evolve to a certain to the next level. Um, Arguably, I don't know when we will get to that next level, but it's been a fun ride. Anyway, the evolution of a Scorpio would go like this. You would drop all instincts to retaliate, uh, to try to control things, and it's a daily workout. So don't think that just because once you get to a certain point, you're gonna literally not do the instinctive thing. You will, and sometimes that's because the ego will tap you on the shoulder and knock you out. Um, but if you're aware enough, you will be able to make the changes necessary to become a better Scorpio. Um, you begin to understand that the ego has nothing to do with what your true self is, and we're always working on that. So that in itself, and since Scorpios are one of the signs that are the most perfectionist people in the world. Which, by the way, now I don't believe in perfection, nor do I believe anything is perfect. I think the flaws are necessary. But coming off of that, after reading that, gave me opportunity to keep working on myself and keep working on myself, and it's a daily task. So I'm not saying like I'm finished at all. I'm probably not even hard boiled. I'm probably parboiled, if anything. Um, you will get to the sense when you know that vibrationally you're just not at the level that other people are, or you're at the level that you're supposed to be at, but they're not. Um, Especially when it comes to relationship, he or she mode, depending on which gender you fall on and which sexual orientation you take. Um, so don't feel bad. Um, Vibrations play a lot in it, or the energy of the vibration play a lot into it. I am what I consider myself to be as a sensitive, vib- um, um, vibrational sensitive. Basically, I can feel energy, but I cannot see it to a certain point. I also am very intuitive, but another story for another time. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is there is a basic level of a Scorpio, and then there's the next level. So, at this point, I will just say that you get to, if by the chance, by chance, if you are a Scorpio and you're going through this, you are not alone in this endeavor. Everybody has to go through it. Every Scorpio has to, because that's what we're here to do. To get to the point where we can help other people with the emotional baggage that they carry, because we are the kings and queens of emotional turmoil. Uh, Mostly because we fight our own emotions half the damn time, and this is just what society does to us. Um, Outside of that, you begin to realize that you don't have to be the same person you've been since high school. What I mean by high school or college, whichever one you have passed, and you think that you're just going to stay the same, because arguably I would say that the Scorpio can, since it is the sign of evolution and change, morphic and uh, metamorphic creature in its own right, because it has several different signs, or seven different animal symbols, and it is considered life and death. It rules life and death, or it knows life and death. I don't know why we say rule, but it knows life and death, and can, if it effectively change its body structure, year after year, or however long it takes you to evolve to the next level. Um, it does not mean that the Scorpio is a perfect entity for all things, because we do have our sticking point. We do have heavy, um, sometimes heavy clinging issues, or we have issues with not loving ourselves enough, or being too hard on ourselves when we shouldn't be. And I am one who can tell you I'm very hard on myself, and usually have to check myself once a day, if not more than 5 times. So, I think I'm gonna leave it at that for that. Relationships, just remember, vibrationally, that's a give and take thing, because if you're not vibrationally ready, you're not going to find that woman or guy, depending on what sexual orientation you hold, right away. So please don't feel bad because you feel like every relationship you get into is crap. It's not. It's just a learning thing. And part of that is why we're here too, is to learn how to be more vulnerable inside our own selves and more secure in ourselves to deal with those facts. Other than that, learn from it. That's all I can really say. Um, the evolution of the Scorpio is to get to an emotional enlightenment, to understand itself or ourselves in the process while we're here on it earth. And to bump up in vibration and help other people bump up in vibration and educate them on their emotional currents that's in them. Because a lot of people shy away from it, and it is scary. The emotional current is scary. It is nothing, for some people, it's nothing to play around with. And you know what? That's fully understandable. I wouldn't want anybody to go too far into themselves and not be able to come back. Um, for me, it worked out. I'm a lot more emotionally balanced in certain areas. I still deal with my ego most of the time when it comes to certain things I just don't like to hear or I just don't think are relevant to me. But either one, they are, or two, I'm just being an asshole for no damn reason. Um, so don't feel bad if you can't get that right away. The next evolution is to know that we need to let go emotionally too. It means when things don't work out and we feel like the whole world is against us and we feel like we just failing on all levels, doesn't mean that we are. The universe really doesn't care if you fail or not. But what it does care about is that you allow your higher self to take that, to the universe itself and run it through the washer a few times, and get it clean. Other than that, that process is up to you as a Scorpio and anyone in the zodiac family to do. Um, yes, we do run a risk of not being understood by anyone, and obviously that's not a cost to bear. Um, at least in my view, I've gotten out of that where I think, oh well, they don't understand me. Well, f them. No, they just don't understand you. That's okay. They don't really have to. Um, that's the next evolution to that emotional water that we have. You know, whether we're on the top of the water, the skin of the water, or under it. You know, like literally diving. Some of us who are okay with that diving will work it out more quicker versus the Scorpio that's just on the skin of the water, on the top of the water, just looking down. You know, um, obviously that's a scary process. The inner work that is needed. So yeah, just remember that, and remember that it is okay to feel as though you are out of control, and that's something that we got to deal with. But we are here to show, us water signs are here to show the process of how to do the inner work. And I'm not saying I know it all yet because I really don't. So that's I'm still working. It's a daily process. But I just wanted people to know that there is more to a Scorpio than just what has been told to us or that has been given through the astrological sign. A lot of it has to do with the inner workings of us. As human beings, not just the astrological signs. Remember, there are a lot of different textures and building blocks there that need to be worked out because we aren't perfect, and that's okay. I honestly really don't believe perfect exists. I think it's a construct of what we think perfect is. Um, I think the inherent flaws we have come pretty close to what it is to be human and what it is to be um, um, uh, a collective of energy and vibration. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. Again, forgive me for my voice if you can't understand it. Um, it's okay if it's not your cup of tea and you don't like it, I'm cool with it. You cool with it? Alright. Again, my name is Maurice. I just wanted to give a little backdrop to what I feel the Scorpio is doing on this planet now, as to opposed from thousands of years ago. We are to evolve emotionally, um, and not use our emotions as an instinctive trigger to hurt. All right, bye.